Content warning. We have fun and laugh a lot during the process of making this podcast, but some of the movies we watch have adult situations. That means we may use language that isn't suitable for children, as well as topics that could be triggering for some. We want you to enjoy our podcast, and that means taking care of yourself and feeling safe. Thanks for listening.
Hi there, I'm Keith.
I'm Z.
We're here to talk to you about some films that we watched.
That aren't good enough or captivating
Smart enough.
or that don't hold our interest enough to actually podcast.
Right. So
for
we're gonna
an
try
hour
out.
and a half about.
We're gonna try out making some mini episodes about some films that we watched, but
Couldn't muster up enough talky talk.
for a whole episode.
Yeah. We're gonna try it out. See how it
We're
works.
gonna call these mini-sodes
Dishonorable, unmentionables.
Dishonorable Unmentionables. Yet we are mentioning them.
It's true.
Okay.
Great. Today, wait, did we say our names? Did we say MC? and
Yeah.
Keith? We did do that.
You want to do it again, just
I
in
mean,
case?
So this week we're going to talk about Quicksand.
Quicksand, 2003.
Oh, and Backdraft. From 1990.
91. Let's do Quicksand first because I feel like
Honestly,
Backdraft
we
will
could do
be...
them both in the at the same time. It was anyway.
Okay, they both suck.
Yes.
The end.
Yeah. So Quicksand. Wait, did you say which one did you say you wanted to do?
I wanted to do Quicksand first
Yeah.
because I feel like Backdraft may be slightly more controversial. 30 years later.
Quicksand stars Michael Keaton, Hubba Hubba, and Michael Caine.
Michael Caine.
And
As Michael Caine, basically.
that's pretty much it. Like it's a movie that makes no sense. Michael Keaton plays an auditor that they repeatedly refer to as a banker.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who has worked in banking, you're not a banker if you're not literally dealing
with the public.
with the bank. Like like if you are checking to make sure that everyone's shit is correct, that's called auditing.
Well, right, and it
there's
also
whole
seems
te-
like
and
they
there's-
only work with
like-
the IRS or not even Securities Commission
Yeah.
or whatever.
Well, also like just to like auditing is like a wild thing. Like especially, I mean, I don't know how every single bank runs, but banks have their own auditors, and then they also have like external auditors that come in. So
Right.
obviously, like you can't audit yourself and be like, yeah, we're good, so everything's fine, no one needs to worry about it, and everyone will just be like, we take your word for it. Like auditing audits you, and then auditing gets audited for what they've audited by an outside
Right.
source. Anyway, but yeah, he basically is just like, because like they keep mentioning, like he's just like checking to make sure that everyone's shit is correct, and they're like, he's a banker. I'm like, a banker is not that.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much
Yeah.
that doesn't
But
make
that's
sense.
it. Like he's just Michael Keaton plays someone in auditing who
Who gets framed for murder
gets framed for murder
in Monaco, ends up working with Michael
and
Caine,
enlists Michael Caine, who is just an actor
working on a fake
working
film.
on a fake film that Michael Keaton is auditing. I mean, bankering, whatever. And then he's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, but there's a part where they like say that like Michael Keaton's character, who literally I cannot remember the name of because why would I care?
Yeah. Jack Frost.
He says like there's like a news report and they're like, he's suspected to have once worked for the CIA. And
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
right.
It never comes. It'll never come up again. Don't worry.
Right.
which is
But that would make sense for the character.
But it's hilarious because you were like, how's a banker supposed to know how to do? Because he's like running from the police and like hiding and like
in the opening scenes, you see him at work doing banking or whatever, where he's supposed to be
on a computer with watching QuickTime videos of his child.
His dead child, presumably.
No, she's alive.
Oh, that's
Remember,
right.
she gets kidnapped.
That's right. She gets kidnapped.
By
Sorry.
not Michael Caine.
Sorry.
They fooled him. This is not a good movie. Anyway,
you see him being very uptight and a shitty boss, but you could tell he's actually doing some acting.
Oh well, yeah, Michael Keaton.
But then,
if Michael Keaton does anything, he acts anytime, any chance he gets.
Right, but then he turns into an action hero, basically.
Which Michael Keaton is great with physical comedy.
Full stop.
But as an action star, it's just like you're expecting him to do like a fall or something.
Yeah.
You know, you're expecting him to be like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Right.
So, yeah. And this is coming from someone like, well, I mean, it's weird because like as Batman, it was like, hell yeah. But there was like some sort of like, I don't know, like the comical punch sounds, you know, that came out, you know, I don't know. Anyway, the movie was so disinteresting that we basically like checked out like at least
almost
halfway through.
Oh yeah, if that far.
And just like,
I mean, this
like,
is supposed to be like an international
ending,
thriller.
We were like, wait, are we still? Oh, we're still watching it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just convoluted and
it was. It just didn't make any. It didn't make any sense, and it was wild.
This movie looks like the movie that Michael Caine thinks he's working on, but is actually a fake movie.
Right.
Just as a front for this human sex trafficking ring.
Which they don't
Horrible.
even mention.
Horrible.
And it's not good.
Yeah,
like some
anyway.
trigger warnings.
Yeah, don't watch this film. Just don't watch this film.
If you need a Michael Keaton fix.
Or Michael Caine.
No, just a Michael Keaton fix. Watch Desperate Measures.
There you go.
If you want a ridiculous film with Michael Keaton, nay, Michael Douglas.
Thank you.
Then please watch Desperate Measures. Don't watch Quicksand.
Yeah.
Like, how is it that Desperate Measures is more believable than Quicksand?
Yeah.
Desperate Measures, which makes no fucking sense whatsoever.
Did we say this movie came out in 2003?
2003.
Another reason why
it's like 20 years ago, which is so shocking. Michael Keaton's aged like 5 days since then.
I know.
Fuck him. Also,
this is based on a book too.
I like want to read the book. 'Cause the book can't be any good.
Which is bafflingly called Budapesti 3. So presumably,
is it the third one?
I don't know. It's the numeral 3. So
that's what I mean.
I thought of it as like the 3. You know, like the Hateful Eight.
Oh, I see.
All right, moving on. Backdraft.
This is a movie about fire.
This is propaganda for firefighters.
Yeah, propaganda.
It is the most hero worshipy piece of shit.
The
no disrespect to firefighters.
No, yeah, firefighters. You know, they do some. They do some hard work, but this felt like they were portraying firefighters as being like cops. It was really weird.
Yeah, it had a real like military.
Yeah, it was so weird.
You know,
these
guys are all heroes.
Yeah, except for even the one like spoiler.
Yeah.
To everything.
Big spoiler.
Yeah.
The spoiler.
So like the arsonist is a firefighter.
Yeah.
And even
but he's doing it for the firefighters.
He's like, I'm doing it for you all. And then he dies, and they're like, he died a hero. And I'm like, I'm sorry. He killed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Including other firefighters. And
yeah,
he's a hero because he started fires in the name of firefighters. I will say this, though. There's 2 things about this movie that I think really resonated with me.
That's resonating. That's what that is.
William Baldwin.
Yeah.
Just his whole. Yeah.
His whole thing?
I was like, yeah, that's how I want to look.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, I want to look I was like, oh, I wonder if I cut my hair that way, if I could look like him. And I'm like, no, I'll never look
he's
like,
rocking
but
that hairdo that's...
And to be clear, I'm not sexually attracted to any of the Baldwins in any capacity.
Not
no
even
offense. No, not even any of them.
Not even the one that's in Vampires? John Carpenter's Vampires?
That guy's name is just like the other Baldwin. His first name is the other.
His first name is
yeah, like watching Backdraft, I was like, God, I want to look like William Baldwin so fucking bad. That's it. I was just like, I want to look like him. But also when Kurt Russell dies at the end for 45 minutes, that's the longest fucking.
Bye, Bilbo.
The fucking cool shit with his eye. How he's like in, and I have no idea what it's about. So he's trapped in a fire and he falls a huge distance and I don't know, breaks his back or something. I don't know. It's like a really violent fall, and he's
Daniel Baldwin.
Yeah, no wonder I can remember. Oh, Daniel Baldwin. Your siblings are more famous. Yes.
Can you hear?
Anyway, so Kurt Russell falls to his death. Only he doesn't die.
Somebody remix that, please.
But he's in the ambulance at the end, and there's no until he's in the ambulance, he's just they're all he has 12 firefighters all around him, and he's like, that's my fucking brother, as William Baldwin basically takes his dick out to hose the fire down,
Yeah.
Masculinity. And I just want to say this, the whole time, I wanted it to be about toxic masculinity, because everyone seemed to be
super
hardcore,
toxic.
Yeah, hardcore into it, and getting themselves hurt and getting other people hurt because of it. And I was like, ooh, are we gonna do this? Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna have a 1991 fucking toxic? No
consequences.
Kurt Russell's just by the way, I am afraid of my own emotions, and I'm gonna punch through a wall when I have them. And you're like, oh.
But it's directed by Ron Howard, who
is a Howard. Anyway, I got aside. So I did it to myself. So in the ambulance.
Whoa,
Black Betty ambulance at the end, when Kurt Russell's dying, it's so overly dramatic and very ridiculous, and I didn't care. But his eye, one of his eyes is fully just red, and he's crying blood. And I was like, this is the fucking coolest fucking thing.
Yeah.
If I had seen this as a kid, one more thing. As a child, my grandpa and father rented this film, Backdraft.
Oh, right, yes.
And we started watching. I had wanted to
Testify.
see it so fucking bad. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I got to watch a rated R movie. And it was a Saturday, my mom was out of town or not out of town, but my mom went somewhere. My siblings were gone. It was just me and my grandpa and my dad. And I was like, I get to watch a fucking rated R movie. And the movie starts playing, and they said, God damn. And then they said, fuck. And my grandpa stops the movie, and he's like, this is unacceptable.
Turn the car around.
And he literally stormed back to the fucking Blockbuster and tried to shame the employee at Blockbuster. He's like, how dare you let me rent this movie when I have a grandchild with me? And they're just like, okay, you want to pick something else out? And then they picked something out that was the fucking apple dumpling game or something. And I was like,
yes,
this is torture. I just wanted to watch the fuck word movie.
Yep.
And if I tell you what, I was I don't know, I was probably 6 or 7. It came out in 91, so I was probably 6 or 7 years old. I know, that's not. if I had seen that bloody eye at the end, this movie would have been one of my absolute all-time favorite movies ever.
You'd be
I
hot
feel like
for-
Backdraft is the best movie I've
You'd
ever
be
seen
hot
in
for
my
Kurt
life.
Russell now.
I might be. I was hot for him because he was in Stargate. Like, I was very hot for Kurt Russell.
Oh, okay.
Like, ooh, hubba hubba. And then as I, like, once puberty hit, I was like, never mind. It's Jay Davis all the way. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
Raw. Good Lord. Oh, my God. And Shuri, too. She's hot.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, it was like, when I was younger. Oh, and James Spader. Yeah, fucking.
Daniel Jackson. What? Not French Stewart.
I thought French Stewart was cute. Third Rock from the Sun, but I never wanted to admit that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of shame around any crushes that I had that weren't like Jonathan Taylor Thomas or like, I don't know, the Backstreet Boys. Although I
JGL.
was like, yeah, I thought he was cute, but I think I thought he was cute because he wasn't ugly.
You would have been too young to for the Lawrence kids, right? Joey and.
No, I mean, I wasn't too young. They just didn't do anything for me. They were fine.
Even
I was
though
just like,
that's basically the same hairstyle that Billy Baldwin has in Backdraft. That 90s center part that.
no, he doesn't have that. No,
No?
his hair, it's like, yeah. You know, listeners, you can tell what I'm talking about with the, you know exactly. But
All right.
yeah, that's it. That Quicksand sucked. Backdraft, boo. Except for the very end when Kurt Russell literally cries blood, and it's the hottest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
I would
And
like
by hot, I mean I was interested philosophically.
Dishonorable, Unmentionable is Billy Baldwin and Jennifer Jason Leigh's character fuck on top of
oh my god!
fire engine,
Well, the great thing,
and then
and then they get taken to a fire where one of their, like, the guy that went through training with Billy Baldwin then like dies in a fire, and they're just like,
Jimmy.
but they're all just like standing around, like, you know, they have like her bra was like wrapped around the fucking hose that they need to spray the fire with.
Yeah.
And they're all like, oh, he, oh, we were just fucking on here. Sorry.
Happens all the time.
And then,
In the fraternity of men. The brotherhood.
And then they just like
Semper Fire Delis.
and they put blankets on them, and they're just like, you know.
Well, and doesn't Billy Baldwin end up running into the fire and trying to participate in the... Okay. Anyway.
No, that's the end. That's what he does at the end to
Okay.
save his brother. That's my fucking brother.
I just read this. De Niro's character...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Robert.
...is based on a real... Like, his character's name is a real fire forensic investigator guy.
It was based on an actual... Like, the
That's
writer
right.
was a firefighter that, like...
3 years.
Yeah, but, like, supposedly, like, someone... Sorry if that dude is listening and he's like, oh, I spent so much time. I mean, it's fine. Firefighters do die in fires, and it's really terrible.
Wyden.
I mean, it's terrible when they actually die in fire. But like, I feel like this is that thing where it's like, you're a hero if you do that, and it's like, why don't we avoid anyone dying in a fire ever, or like from complications of that? Maybe. Also, at the beginning, there's like a weird like it's William Baldwin's first fire that he's actually in, and like the backdraft quote unquote thing happened. Yeah. And it like, so the fire goes away and he's like, what? And he gets really close and then it explodes out and he's like, ugh, and he very clearly like inhales. He probably would have had
Died?
To be hospitalized.
At the very least.
Like, yeah, I'm like, that is how, because that'll happen and you won't know it. Like, you'll literally like have like, you'll fucking like.
No, everyone in this movie should have died from smoke inhalation in the first 30 seconds.
They're all, like, none of them were, I mean, I understand they're not wearing masks so you can see who they are, but like half the time they're not wearing masks in these huge fires. They're not like properly, you know, and there's just like so much fire that like I don't think anyone could get out of it ever. Too much fire.
Too much fire.
Anyway, yeah.
A lot of it apparently was digitally done afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I read
some
that
of
it was
looked
like
really interesting. Some of it looked cool. Like
it took a year for them to do the digital effects after they shot.
I mean, I believe it for 1981.
Yeah.
I think for 1981, I think looks wise, I think the fire and like I think it looks cool. I think they did
looks
a
all
good,
right.
yeah.
I mean, like as
But,
far
like,
as
I
the
don't-
quality of the effects,
Yeah,
it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah. What I was saying was like when we were watching it was like for 1991, if I was like in the movie theater in 1991 watching that and be like,
Yeah, you would have pissed your pants.
Oh my god, this is amazing. But yeah.
And we talked about like remembering that this was such a huge phenomenon when it came out.
Yeah, I know. I was one of those people that like totally bought into it. God, I wanted to watch it.
I want to be on record saying that Speed is a much better movie. That this movie reminds me of a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like
yeah, that's a good. Yeah,
and they came out around, I think, the same year, didn't they?
No.
Oh.
Speed is like
later.
93 or 94 or something.
All right.
But Speed will, like, basically any movie with Keanu will be superior always.
That's fine.
End of story, period. But that's all I have to say about those two.
Yeah, that's enough.
Movies.
Backdraft, probably save yourself.
Yeah. Quicksand,
the effort.
Just watch Desperate Measures instead.
Backdraft feels like a wasted opportunity as far as like
Oh, yeah.
the actors that are involved.
Yeah.
Because Scott Glenn is pretty great.
Scott Glenn's amazing. I fucking love Scott Glenn.
He's barely
in it, and he has like a weird like rat tail thing happening that I don't understand. Like it's like a mullety kind of weird.
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland plays Ronald.
Oh yeah, that's also dumb.
For 5 seconds, and it doesn't make any sense.
No.
And it's just supposed to like.
I feel like they're trying to make him the Hannibal, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
it for this mini-sode.
So yeah, these are
LOL.
this is our little slice of what
what not to watch?
Yeah. A slice of
That
what
we
not
did?
to watch.
What we watch so you don't have to? A slice of what not to watch. Clean, that's a good tagline. Okay, we'll see you next
Okay, yeah, thanks for
time.
listening. See ya.
Kisses.